Hello everyone. Today we're going to make some math posters. You can put them up on your wall so that you can learn your math skills and some of the operations that we use in mathematics when we're doing algorithms. So I'm going to start off with making a chart about multiplication. I don't know if you can remember what multiplication actually is. It's basically having groups the same number, and you have a number of those groups. So if I have 3 groups with 4 things in, 3 fours, you might know is 12. But what we'll do on our poster, we're going to draw some examples of these things so that you can look at the poster on the wall and remind yourself. Multiplication is very different kind of operation because it has different ways of expressing itself. And of course, all 4 operations in mathematics relate to each other. And we're going to put that on our chart as well, how multiplication relates to division, to addition, and to subtraction. So by the time you finish making your poster, you will know all those things. And I hope you'll remember them, put them on the wall. If you've got brothers and sisters, you can teach it to them. So they know the 4 operations, they know how they relate to each other, and different ways of expressing those things. Today I'm using a fine Sharpie with a bullet point, and I've got this thicker Sharpie which has got a chiseled point, so one side is flat and the other side is finer, and I can make thicker lines with this one. And I've also got some coloured Sharpies here in my pot. I might think of a way of amalgamating them on my poster. So I'm going to just move the camera so that you can see the paper off with my title, multiplication, here. So you can relate this to your lettering lesson if you remember that. Or you can just get your Sharpie and do whatever comes into your head. So I'm doing multiply. Shall we write multiply or multiplication? Well, it's up to you. Multiplication is a lovely word because it's a long word and it's quite exciting to write long words. If I want to join them up, I could put a little hyphen there like that. Hope you can see that. Multiplication. Spelling could be a problem. If you're unsure, go online and see what you can find online, how to spell multiplication. You can look on your computer screen. You don't have to write it on a piece of paper and then just write it straight on here. And it's very good because your memory will hold the letters in your mind and then you will write them down. As you're writing, you're constantly checking to see if it's the right spelling, if the letters are in the right place. As you can see, some of my letters are even, some of them go up a bit like this, some of them go down. So you make it whatever way you want it to be. So multiplication is expressed as 3 times 4 equals, we said 12, didn't we? Now if I wanted to check that that was true, I would have 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, and I would have 4 things in each group. They're quite nice little faces, aren't they? So I've got 4 features in each group, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9, 10, 11, 12. So 3 times 3 groups with 4 features in each one equals my 12. You could put a little arrow up there like that. You wanted to do that. Make it look a bit fancy. I have got 3 groups of 4, so that means 4 add 4 add 4. So 1, 2, 3 fours equals the 12. I didn't put my equals in there, did I? Perhaps we don't need it on that one. There's no harm in giving people a bit of work to do. It's not good to be told what to do all the time. It makes us lazy and it makes us complacent, and you know, you end up nobody cares about anything anymore. So I think we've experienced a bit of that in our society. So it's time to get back to being human again. 3 times 4 equals 12. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, so that's addition. Division. So if I start off with the biggest number in my algorithm, which is 12, 12 equals, that's not right, is it? So how am I going to turn that into divide? I'm going to put a line along here. 12 divided by 3 equals, so if I have 12 things and I divide them into 3 groups, there's 4 in each group. So that's that little diagram again, isn't it? Or I could have the 12 divided by 4 equals, so if I have 4 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4 groups with 3 in, 3 triangles, 3 triangle points, 3 vertices, 3 and 3 6 and 3 9 and 3 12. So there's 3 triangle vertices in each group, so that is 3. Okay, I've got to do my subtraction now. As I did repeated addition here, I'm going to do repeated subtraction. So if I have 12, take away 4 equals 4 from 12, 8. Let's put that in brackets. Then I've got 8, take away another 4 equals 4. And then 8 take away, that's not right, 4 take away 4 equals 0. So my repeated addition is 12 take away 4 makes 8. 8 take away 4 is 4. 4 take away 4, I've got to 0. So I hope you can see how those are the inverse of each other. So the subtraction is inverse to the addition, and the division is inverse to the multiplication. And you can say it the other way around too. Multiplication is the inverse of division, and addition is the inverse of subtraction. So we've got an awful lot going on there, which is why it's a good idea to make a poster, because you can look at it over your cornflakes in the morning, whatever it is you eat, or your muesli, or your fruit. Some people like fruit in the morning. And so that is basically our multiplication. And I'm going to leave you to think about that for a few moments. Okay, at the bottom here, I'm just writing in my operations: multiply, divide, add and subtract. So my symbol is multiply, divide is like that, add is like that, and subtract. And they all relate to each other. It's like a family where everybody's different and everybody's got different ways of doing things, but they're all related in this wonderful system of mathematics. And all of mathematics is like that. It's not just some things. So let's put a bit of colour in. Multiplication. God says to us we are to go forth and multiply and fill the earth. And basically we have done that pretty well in our generation. So multiplication is about loving in a kind of way, isn't it? We multiply as human beings because we love each other and we want to have families and we want to have relationships. And one of the ways people are expressing that at the moment in our culture is to make the rainbow. So we're going to have a go at making this multiplication a rainbow type of thing, and I'm not very sure how to do it. So I'm going to start off with the M. I haven't got all the colours here. I've got a whiteboard marker here that I could use as well. So let's start off with this one and see how it goes. Make all the letters the same, or we could just go for something completely different. You don't have to do the same thing over and over again. Every day in our life is different, and it should be, because you know, you got to have some interest in your life. You got to have something that keeps you going, something that blesses you. So I'm just thinking here of the colours that I've got. I haven't got every colour, but I've got some colour. Okay, I've got my poster more or less finished here. It's going on the wall, and I'm going to try and learn all these facts I have represented here. I'm going to make a large multiplication symbol as a kind of summary of even the poster. So I can put it over the top here so that I know my multiplication. I don't have to look anymore. Or you can have this one here, which is a bit of plastic coloured in with Sharpie green pen. I've got my multiplication here, get it the right way round. And I've got my 4 operations on here as a summary. And I can say what the operations are doing. Multiplication is 3 times 4, or 2 times 8, or 6 times 7. And then I can do the repeated addition. I can do the repeated subtraction. And my division as well. And this one here is just a see-through one like this, where I'm covering up some of the information, but I can still see through multiplication very clearly, and I'm really getting to know what to do. So that's a way that you can learn, and that you can help others to learn as well, because you can rehearse it with your brothers and sisters. Alright everyone, I'm going to show you another bit of software that you can get. It's initially free for your phone. I think you might have to pay a little bit each month, but that's a situation you discuss with mum and dad or whoever looks after you. So it's called Canva. It looks like that. So we open the application like this, and we want poster design. I'll show you my design in a moment. Let's create a design, see what happens. This is for an Instagram post or something like that. An adult can help you with it. I don't really want that. I want posters. I don't want Instagram, because you are really too young for Instagram. So okay, a lot of the platforms that you can upload to are adult, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What I would like to know, if somebody can tell me, is if there are similar platforms for example, primary school children, that's safe for them to go on. And if there isn't one of those platforms, I'd really like somebody to invent one, please, because I can really use that for primary school children. Here's the poster section here. So I click on here, and I get my little page comes up, and there's lots of templates that you can choose from. Templates here, and it comes up with lots and lots of ideas, and as you choose your design you can edit it. It will come up with different little menus here. What else have we got? Another thing I'd like to say about these apps and these platforms, they're designed by humans, and humans don't always get it right. So if things are a bit difficult for you, you're losing your temper a bit with it, just calm yourself down. You can easily work it out. Phones, computers, software were all made by humans for humans, and so you can easily work it out. There's no way you need to be intimidated by that. So you can play with this. There's the size of the letters. You can get colours of letters, a logo. So I'll just finish it while it does it. So I've got you can see the world thing comes from the template. The background, in my own artwork, I do chalk pastels. And this sky is one of the skies I've made. My lettering is white because it seems to just pop out of the background of the poster. It says, don't stop multiplying. So it's really important that we multiply every day. Give yourself a multiplication puzzle every day. Do it for your family and share it with them on their phones. It says, find true love and start a family. So that is the really important way that humans multiply. And it's really exciting. God wants us to have families. He wants his world to be full of people because he loves people and he wants to bless them. And that is a really wonderful way to live your life. Hope to see you another day. Bye.